Yes, boxing fans, it's your boy Big Nige, and I'm here giving you a special midweek boxing weekly roundup. Because guess what? It's fight week, baby. Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe Saunders this week. I mean, this is the fight that I've been waiting for since it's been announced. Don't get me wrong, Joshua and Fury, all in good time, it will come. But this one is official, it's here. But guess what, fans? According to Billy Joe Saunders' dad, the fight has been called off due to the size of the ring. There's been a constant back and forth dispute over the size of the ring. Canelo Alvarez initially wanted an 18-foot square ring. Billy Joe said, nah, we want a 24-foot square ring. Canelo then moved it up to 20-foot square ring. Billy Joe moved his one up to a 22-foot ring, and last offer, come like a bidding war, you know. Canelo then said, nah, if we're not agreeing to 20-foot square ring, then the fight ain't happening. And guess what? Billy Joe and his team said, cool, the fight's locked off. We'll pack our bags and keep it moving like the time does. Big boy scraps. Initially, when I heard all this palaver taking place, the first thing that came to mind was mind games. If you remember clearly, in 2015, when Klitschko and Tyson Fury were due to fight, I think it was on the afternoon of the fight itself, Team Fury had called off the fight as well due to an issue with the cushioning of the ring, something like that. They thought it was a bit too soft. They wanted it a bit more thicker in order to help Fury be able to move around in the ring and slip and slide. And it's the same situation here. It seems like Canelo and his team want a smaller size ring. That way it cuts off Billy Joe from moving around, slipping and sliding. Obviously, you know his style. And it makes it easier for Canelo to cut off the ring a lot more easier and pin him down. Billy Joe Saunders' dad put out a video on IFL basically stating, we've had enough. They've got so many things in their advantage. We're not going to say yes to this one. We're calling it off. If they can't give my son the size of the ring that they want, it's fight week. It's absolute fight week. And the mind games have begun because Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders were supposed to meet at a face-off for the first time, which was supposed to take place yesterday, but it was only Canelo and Eddie Reynoso who were literally present at the face-off. Obviously, this is down to the fact that the issue with the ring constantly going back and forth. There was a video circulating on social media of Billy Joe Saunders' team not confronting, but they saw Canelo walking in the lobby and they basically were just shouting at him, giving it the big one and whatnot, saying, give us the size of the ring. And for the first time I've ever seen Canelo lose his cool, he basically shouted back at them and calling them pussies, excuse my French. And again, it goes back to what I was saying, the mind games have begun, because come to think of it, I don't think Canelo has come across a fighter like Billy Joe where he'll be able to rattle your skin, get into your head and make you do things that you normally wouldn't do. Again, reminiscent to Tyson Fury and Klitschko. Even with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, it's all good doing your job in the ring, but if you can get into your opponent's head before the fight of the ring, before the beginning of the fight, then half of your work is already done. And it seems like it's the same routine that Billy Joe Saunders is doing with Canelo, and it seems to be working. There were even rumors that if Billy Joe does officially withdraw from this fight, that John Ryder will be stepping in. He should be flying in to Dallas the following day. And I thought to myself, no disrespect to John Ryder because I rate him as a fighter, but nah, man. I want to watch Canelo versus Billy Joe. Unification fight, all the marbles, and in my opinion, Canelo's toughest test. So nah, John Ryder, nah, man. But there was an interview, I think Canelo was doing an interview, a press conference interview with all the other media outlets, and they asked the issue about the ring, and he basically shrugged it off saying, I ain't got no issues with the ring. If Billy Joe wants that size of the ring, boom, we'll take it. We'll go ahead. And then Billy Joe posted a video of that same quotes that Canelo was saying, basically thanking Eddie Hearn, thumbs up, and the fight is back on. So it's just been a whirlwind of a turn of events. And it's not even Saturday yet. All I can say is just be prepared for more mind games, because this is not over. Thoughts on the fight come Saturday? In my opinion, I've already stated it. I've said it from the minute this fight was announced. I genuinely believe Billy Joe Saunders gets the win on Saturday. And I'll hold my hands up if it doesn't come to fruition, but I don't know, there's just something about this fight that I think Billy Joe Saunders has his number. But don't take my word for it. Stay tuned come Saturday, and then I'm also going to give you my views and roundup of my summary of the fight later on in the week. But that's it from me, Big Nige. Boxing fans, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and make sure you watch that fight, because it's going to be a big boy fight. Peace.